It's time now to check in with Chris Martyniuk from Hulbert's here for Growing Alberta. Today, oh, this has just been scrumptious ever since I walked in the studio. We're making some omelets, some brunch omelets. But you could have omelets any time of the day. We were just talking about that. I love omelets for dinner sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know what? You can't start a good harvest day without a hearty breakfast.
Agreed.
So what better way to start that than with some maple sausage omelets? And this is from our new brunch menu, so we'll get started. Omelets are sort of one of those things. They're very simple to make, but they have a bit of a mystique to them. And I know my friends, they're sometimes afraid to make an omelet because they think, well, I'm going to mess it up or I'm going to burn it or something like that.
Right.
Preparation and just a little bit of simple technique.
It's the flipping over. When you
That's
get
right.
it in that pan, it's just that nervous part, isn't it?
You got it, yeah. So what we do first is I'm just going to saute a little bit of vegetable. Now this is all locally produced vegetables. I've got some nice red onions here.
That's what's so great about this time of the year too, right? You go to your farmer's market and you're going to get
produce,
all of that
all
fresh
fresh
stuff.
products. Yeah.
No pesticides, no.
No, and you know where it comes from.
Organic.
You can talk to the family that's been producing it. Some red onion in there. I'm going to put some green pepper. These are from the hothouse.
And really with omelets, you can throw in whatever you want. Really, it's usually whatever in your fridge.
Whatever you got for leftovers and odds and ends. You know, chop up some celery if you get, you know, celery gets kind of wilty and soggy at the end. Well, just chop that up and put that in.
Do you know what this is obviously why my omelets don't work. I usually put the egg in first and then add. Well, so that's a good tip.
This is a bit of a restaurant tip. You know, we do the omelet station on Sundays at Hulbert's, and this is the only way I can get them through really quickly. But you know what? It makes for a really nice omelet. A lot of times people will put the toppings in after the egg, and they don't cook and they don't get hot. And
see, that's my problem. Yeah. It's a good thing you came by today.
So we're going to let that cook a little bit there, and I'm going to get some eggs started here.
Do you add milk to your omelets?
I do, and you know, there are some omelet purists who would say that I'm doing the wrong thing, but I'll tell you, it's a little bit of fat from the cream. Yeah. And a little bit of extra body that you get from the liquid.
Holds that together a little bit more.
Yeah. And the other thing you want to make sure that you don't do when you're making an omelet is overbeat the eggs.
Ah, maybe that's my problem.
You want to homogenize them, you want to get a little bit of froth in there, but you really don't want to get that too crazy broken up.
That yellow color still in there,
you know, there's a bit of that string in there. You know, that's what makes your omelet really nice and light and fluffy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of half and half in here.
What's it like on a typical weekend day down there at Hulbert's? Is it pretty busy for a brunch?
It's busy. We recommend that people book ahead. Yeah, we've been doing the brunch for about 6 weeks now, and we also have a live jazz performer that comes in for that. Yeah, and he does a fantastic job, and it's a really lively atmosphere, really fun.
A nice tradition for a lot of people. A lot of people do brunch with families every Saturday morning or Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and it's nice to have people come down and enjoy themselves. I also do crepes. I think in an upcoming segment I'm going to be making an apple crepe.
Oh, that sounds great.
So we've just got everything kind of sauteing together here.
Perfect. And you just added a little salt and pepper there. Just
a little bit of salt
some
and pepper.
Extra taste.
You could put it right on the veg that's sauteing. Now I want to tell you about the sausage. I get the sausage from Old Country Meats and Sausage. It's made from natural fed pork, which Todd at the sausage shop, he brings that right in from his producer in Wetaskiwin. He's very picky. They're lean, they're delicious, you can smell the maple.
You sure can. Yeah. I love maple with stuff. Adds a little bit of a Canadian flavor
That's
too,
right.
Whatever you're making.
Well, it's easy to add local flair to your food, and I think it's quite important as well to support local producers. It makes for good connections in the community, makes for economic prosperity, and just good eats as well.
Excellent. And you don't have to, I was just going to say.
Here's the technique.
Oh, I see. You make
basically,
a little hole.
you see the pan was really hot, and I have a layer of cooked egg in the bottom. Now I'm just going to make a little hole on the side and let the uncooked egg flow around.
Perfect.
And now I have a nice non-stick pan here.
Right.
I recommend that you always use a non-stick pan. Again, the omelet purists will say, oh, you should just use more butter. But non-stick is the way to go, and it's so simple.
Excellent. And then you want to just flip it over. We're getting a little close on time here, but we'll show you that. Obviously, if you want to get today's recipe, you can check out the Growing Alberta website at growingalberta.com. Is it time to flip it yet? Not quite. Okay, we'll show you the end product at the end of the show. Thanks so much, Chris.
Yeah, my pleasure.